Hi everybody, my name is Chevin May with Purdue Extension, Posey County, and today we're going to be talking about winter weather. In Indiana, winter weather does not mean snow as much as I would like it to. It usually means clouds. So, to start with, I want to show you one of my favorite books by Eric Carle. It's called Little Cloud. And if you're like me, you spend some time, some days on a nice sunny day where you just see a few clouds, and you might see other things in the shapes of those clouds, like that smile right there. So check that out, and we will get back to our scientific study of clouds by talking about the water cycle. So take a minute to think about what you know about the water cycle and discuss that. So if you have discussed what you know about clouds in winter weather and how they form, you probably talked about the water cycle, right? We know that there's only so much water, and the water that comes down to the ground in precipitation form comes from clouds most of the time. Our clouds are really important because they take all that water that evaporates from our ground and build a cloud when the water mixes with the dust particles in the air. Today we're going to be making a few different kinds of clouds, and I'm going to leave it to you to learn more about the layers of the atmosphere as we go and paint these clouds. So gather your supplies and we'll get right to it. So to start making our clouds, you'll need a piece of blue paper. And I like to section off my paper. Since I know I'm going to make 4 different kinds of clouds, I'm going to fold it into fourths by folding it short end to short end, and then folding it again short end to short end. It doesn't have to be really good creases because we're eventually going to unfold it, and you can use each of these 4 squares to make our clouds. The first kind of clouds we're going to talk about are our cirrus clouds. Cirrus clouds are really wispy and light, and you can take your chalk and just draw right on your paper, just how you would see one on a summer day, just lightly. No sharp markings, just light, very faint clouds that you see in the sky. The next clouds that we're going to make are our stratus clouds. Okay, we're ready for stratus clouds, and for that you'll need your black paint and your Elmer's school glue or something similar. It doesn't have to be Elmer's. You're going to want to put a little baby bear dot of this on your paper, and I'm going to show you just maybe quarter size. Get a little bit more there. And you'll need your paintbrush. And I'm going to turn the camera so that you can see just how little black paint you need to make a stratus cloud. They're low and thick in the sky. So you see our white paint and a little dot of black, just a bit, is going to turn that gray. Doesn't take much. It's a dark gray, and that's okay. But this cloud, compared to the cirrus cloud, is really dark. You don't want a whole lot of glue because they're not really puffy. We'll get to the puffy clouds next. And all these clouds live in the troposphere, which is where most of our weather happens. So you can see I took about all of my paint and glue mix that I had. I'm going to turn it back up here so you can see it. And made a big dark gray cloud. Not near so friendly looking as that little white one, right? Next we'll do cumulus. Okay, for our cumulus clouds, we're going to need an equal mixture of the Elmer's glue and the shaving cream. And what you didn't see me do off camera is just stick my paintbrush in a glass or paper cup or on another piece of paper, really whatever you have around. I just didn't want it on my paper to accidentally fall off and make a mess. So your cumulus clouds are the big puffy clouds we usually see in the summertime. The winter is not filled with so many of them. So we're going to take equal parts shaving cream. Again, probably a quarter size would be just about as much as you'd want. And the shaving cream, if you don't have an adult helping you, be very careful because it comes out pretty fast. You got to shake it up. And I'm going to turn my camera. So there's my shaving cream. I'm going to put, or sorry, there's my glue. I'm going to put my shaving cream right beside it. Doesn't take much. And then with your popsicle stick, you'll mix and mix and mix. And yes, it will take a while to dry. But there is your nice puffy cumulus cloud ready for the summer. So, if you'll notice, we have one spot left. For that one, we will need our shaving cream again and our black paint. So wherever that went, right here, we'll get to that next. Okay, we're ready for our cumulonimbus clouds, which are usually storm clouds. So again, we probably, if you get a lot of rain like us, we see them more in the winter. But even in the summer, you can have thunderstorms, right? Again, you'll take your shaving cream and your glue. We'll do an equal, probably quarter size at the most amount. That way we can keep in our 1/4 of the paper, right? Shake up your shaving cream, give it a little squirt, and we're going to add black paint. And because it's a thundercloud, we're going to add probably a dime size, a couple squirts, where earlier for our Stratus cloud we didn't have quite so much volume. This storm cloud, you'll see, is going to dry kind of puffy. And when you see them in the sky, signaling a storm, they're going to be really tall, sometimes stacked on top of each other. Now it looks like this one is darker than this, so we'll probably add a little more paint, a couple more dots. If you're doing this yourself, just be careful because a little goes a long way as far as when we mix in the black paint. You can see right there it got much darker, right? And you can mix it just as easy as you like. Sometimes it's even nice to see the different colors not quite blended in up there, but I'll go ahead and do mine. And of course you'll have to take a while to let these two dry, and even this one is still wet from our earlier demonstration on the Stratus clouds. The Cirrus ones are the lightest ones. I'll move my camera a little. Those wispy clouds we see in the springtime and summertime. hope you've had fun making our cirrus, stratus, cumulus, and cumulonimbus, or thunderheads, clouds. And I hope you don't have as many clouds as I am planning to have this winter. Maybe you'll get some snow or other precipitation, but this one we're going to see rain from, right? You can check out the links on the lesson plan to a few other websites that have great information on clouds, and I appreciate you joining me. Again, this is Chevin May with Purdue Extension, Posey County. Thanks for being here.